Kevin McCullough.
And welcome back to Times Square. Kevin McCullough, glad to have you with us. And the time has finally arrived. Drum roll. No? Nobody? Nothing? Oh, well. Anyway, I told you earlier we're going to perform a mugging of New York City size proportion. I am sporting the black That Kevin Show mug tonight, and it does have, I don't know if you can see, you see that? That's actually hot coffee tonight because I'm just that tired. Trying to make it through. Anyway, welcome to New York. Glad to have you here. And here's how it works. Every week, every weekend, for the remainder of 2024, we're giving away one That Kevin Show mug to a very lucky recipient. But in order to qualify for the drawing, you have to send us an email with your name, your address, and your choice of mug. If you want the white one with the black logo or the black one like I have tonight with the beautiful white logo, they are both very, very sharp, very, very fancy, and you're going to love drinking your coffee out of them. But here's the thing. If you don't register, we can't draw your name. Now, some of you may have seen us on TV and said, I'm going to do that, and you registered. Some of you have heard us on radio, and you said, I heard it, and you registered. I think tonight's winner actually watched us via a tape-delayed segment on Truth Social. Now, you had Devin Nunes in the first hour saying, I hope someday they watch you on Truth Social. Well, we figured, why not start putting the segments up on Truth Social? So on demand, Todd Chandler, you wrote in and you said, I sure hope I win one. And Todd Chandler, I have the pleasant surprise to tell you that you, in fact, have won tonight's That Kevin Show mug of choice. And again, you can have the black one with the white logo. You can get the white one with the black logo. I like the white one with the black logo only because it's also black on the interior and you got a black handle, and then the white mug with the two-tone, it's the white and red and black. And it's really, really sharp. But all that to say that it can be yours. And we are going to give one away every weekend for the remainder of 2024. And I just think that that's something that's really important to do. I also want to bring your attention back to our need for your help with us for Christian Solidarity International and the opportunity to help get women that have been in manual labor, sexual slavery in Sudan set free. Now, in the first hour, I mentioned some of the ways that it's going to impact their lives. What I didn't mention to you, and what I intended to, is that we've helped over 4,500 women find freedom over the last 10 to 12 years that we've been doing this. And some of you have given every single year, and you've set more than a dozen slaves free. In fact, I was talking with some of the management of CSI not that long ago, and they said, Kevin, we ran a report, and it's just amazing the number of people that you have that have liberated a slave every single year. Now, that is wonderful. But what I would really love to see tonight, and I'd love to know if this could happen, is there someone that could take a monthly challenge to set one slave free per month for the next year? Now, during COVID, my family and I started attempting to do this. And there are months, because of the way the economy works and so forth, that we've been able to do this every single month, and there's been some times when the month hasn't permitted us to be able to do it. But our goal is that every month on the calendar, we would be setting a slave free. And I'm wondering if there are tonight maybe one or two people that would take that challenge with the McCullough family for the next year. And in fact, I'd like to go one step further. If you would be willing to take on that challenge to set a slave free once every month, so 12 slaves in a 12-year period, or maybe you just want to give a gift that covers 12 slaves, that would be great too. I would like to personally thank you in a very special way. Now, it could be having dinner here in New York City. It could be meeting in a mutual location somewhere. But I would like to say thank you in a very heartfelt and personal, demonstrable way. And we can kind of leave it creative. However you would like to accomplish that, we can make that happen. But it would mean so much to me if there were one or two or five families that tonight said, you know what, Kevin, what we're doing is so important. What these women have suffered is so heinous. The sexual torture, the abuse verbally, the beatings, that in slavery, it's obscene. And if we can set them free forever, and for them to know that they never have to go back to that, that would truly be an amazing gift to be able to give. And we are 68 slaves towards our first half of the year goal of 104. Now that means before we get to the end of June, we would really like to be at 104 slaves, but that means we need at least 36 more slaves to be liberated. But that's just 36 people tonight picking up the phone and dialing 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010, and just taking one. If 36 different families or people said we're going to take one slave tonight, then we would meet that first half of the year goal. And if you wanted to take the 12-month 12 slave challenge with us, then we would only need 3 families to match the McCullough challenge to be able to do that and to be able to assure that those slaves are going to be home and taken care of. And we've got a liberation right around the corner. And this year, one of the exciting parts is that we can now also, many instances, free the child of the slave as well. See, when these women are in slavery, they are oftentimes raped by their slave masters and they get pregnant. And rape culture and everything else in the U.S. aside, these women view those children as special gifts, even if they came through that heinous abuse. And they would like to have their children, and they would like to hold their children and know their children and see their children. But oftentimes when they are liberated, the slave master disallows the child to go. But in this last 12-month period, we've been able to get more and more of the slave children liberated as well, to be able to be reunited with the mom and to be able to be relocated to South Sudan, the Christian part of the continent. Would you help us? 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. You can also give online at bringherhome.org. But if there were just 3 families that took the Family for Family Challenge, Slave for Slave, 12 slaves in the next 12 months, if there were 3 of you that could do that, or 36 of you that would say, you know what, I can do a slave tonight, and I'll call that number, 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010.
Stick around for more of That Kevin. Next, That Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.